What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. It's Saturday. It's a little chilly here in New York. That's why I got the hoodie on today. So if we have a look at what's going on, you'll see that we're still just kind of going sideways. Of course, Ethereum always taking a little bit of a hit. What are you going to do? We got Bitcoin sitting around $6,500, up 0.42% for the day. Still just flatlining. We could probably just honestly skip over this segment because nothing has really changed that much. But if we do look at the biggest gainers of the day, we still do have Holochain having an impressive gain. It's up over 70% in the past 7 days. Now, it did kind of hit that peak again, and it double bottomed. Well, actually, it double topped in a way, and now it's starting to come back down. But, you know, things could change. I could put this video out and who knows where the price will be. We also have Dash, Dogecoin, Pundix, ODEM, I'm not too familiar with, Decentraland, Kin, Aurora, Bytecoin, and Metaverse ETP all up today. But I think that everyone has their eyes on this guy right here, and that's Ethereum. The absolute beating that Ethereum has been taken lately with just the ICOs dumping, liquidating all of their positions. I mean, if you look at just the past 3 months of Ethereum, it's been nothing but an absolute downward spiral, down over 50% in a month and a half. And as you can see here, let me see right here, they've actually, the shorts on Bitfinex have gone up from 202,000 to 200 and almost 9,000. So these figures represent an 81.96% increase week to week and 162% jump from mid-August. Now, you kind of saw me skip over these articles, but I did want to talk about this. They talk about how if you look at the previous bull cycles, the bull peaks dramatically get higher than the previous ones. So they go through the one on September in 2010, then they have the one in October 2011, then they have April 2013, and as you can see, it gets worse and worse and worse each time. And each time, if you're actually in these markets, it's the end of the world, you know. But because some of you might be experiencing this for the first time ever, it seems like the end of the world, right? So, I mean, obviously having a really quick look at the charts, you guys know I'm not massively into TA, but I can draw some lines, you know, on a graph. Pretty much anyone could do that. And if we have a look right here, you do see, now I try to do 3 points touching. I feel like that's kind of a good indicator of a you know, trend line. So if we come down right here, you can see that this is what I'm really looking at, which is this yellow. So we're kind of still in this channel, we're bouncing around. This is where we're headed right now, but a lot of people are saying if you see this purple line down here, we could potentially head all the way down to a 5,200 Bitcoin. I don't think so. I'm thinking if anything, absolute worst case, we're seeing around a $5,800 Bitcoin, and that we might have to still be going on this downward trend all the way up to mid-November. So that's what I think. What do I know? I'm just a YouTuber. Don't listen to me. So anyway, moving on, let's talk about this guy. So it was Alad Roisman, the newly appointed member of the SEC. They say he could be the missing piece to balancing towards the ETF approval, right? So yesterday, a lot of people were talking about it. I didn't really get the big deal. I guess it was stuff that he had said previously before he got appointed. So he's really about fair and fairness, transparency, and apparently he's somewhat pro cryptocurrency. So his statement said, the SEC must examine and re-examine its rules, regulations, and guidelines to ensure that they are still working as intended to accomplish the SEC's mission. This is most recently manifested in areas such as data protection and cybersecurities, as well as the emergence of new investments and technologies such as initial coin offerings and blockchain. So that's why everyone was so excited, because I was trying to find some recent news about it, but it was apparently some stuff he had said a while ago. So now that he's actually with the SEC, people think that this could be a really good thing moving forward for the whole CBOE ETF. Now, for people who don't really understand ETFs, some people don't know what they are 100%. There's this really simple infographic that actually somebody dropped on Reddit right here. It just kind of goes through the different ETFs, what's going on, etc. I'm just drop that for you guys. Just really quick kind of visualization, helps you to understand what's going on with that. Now, yesterday we were talking about millennials being interested. You have 50% of millennials saying that they're interested in cryptocurrencies. You have 8% of US citizens saying that they actually own cryptocurrencies. And now, according to a recently conducted survey, you have the number of Australians who own cryptocurrencies has nearly tripled in just 2018 alone, signaling that the current bear market is not an accurate signal of interest in cryptocurrency, which is growing at rapid rates. So we're seeing an increase in volume, we're seeing an increase in users, we're seeing a decrease in price. Doesn't really add up, right? So the survey was conducted by the Finder-backed brokerage firm HiveX, who surveyed a total of 2,000 Australians. Very small test subject group, so, you know, Who are these 2,000 people that they're interested in? Maybe they were people that like crypto, right? You never know. So finding that sample group, they said around 13.5% had it in August compared to 5% in January. So another important statistic found was that 80% of respondents said that they would be open to using crypto for their daily purchases on the condition that it was just as easy as Australian dollars. So once again, we have adoption. Need to make it easier, right? You also have Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong predicting that the number of people in the cryptocurrency ecosystem could grow from the current 40 million to 1 billion in the next 5 years. Now, don't forget, they were seeing an onboard of roughly 50,000 users per day on Coinbase. So that was a pretty rapidly growing app, which is interesting. So then he also goes on, though, addressing the issue of regulation as one of the crucial factors for implementing his vision. He said it's a big open question and noted that it remains to be seen whether the majority of tokens will be recognized as securities. He said that Coinbase does feel a substantial subset of these tokens will, in fact, be securities. And the thing is if you want the big money to come in, you want Wall Street and institutions, and yeah, you're going to have to accept the fact that they're going to have to become securities. And yes, this is going to change the landscape for ICOs. So we're going to move away from that decentralized utopia, right? But you got to give and take here. You know, you're not going to have 100% decentralized without some type of interference. And you have to realize that right now, the biggest things that we're using, the most popular apps, they're centralized. You know, people are using Brave browser. Great. But, you know, I still can't get paid because I'm in New York. They won't give me my basic attention token. I have it. It's been donated, or it's, you know, I've earned it, but I can't access it. Right? And think about it. What do you use to buy? Most people use Coinbase. That's centralized. Binance. That's centralized, right? So Armstrong added that Coinbase could actually host hundreds of tokens within years and potentially millions in the future. So one thing that I thought was really cool is that, so it says the Dodgers announced that on 9/21, they will distribute crypto tokens that will unlock one of 3 digital player bobbleheads that can be stored in a fan's Ethereum wallet. This is believed to be the first crypto-based giveaway in pro sports. So this might kind of get people at least maybe not getting into cryptocurrencies as in buying Bitcoin, but at least introducing them to the idea of using the Ethereum blockchain, having, you know, non-fungible tokens. That could get them interested. Trading cards, crypto kitties, skins for video games, and things of that nature. So that's something definitely. Also, speaking of that, if we actually look at what Wax has done recently, it says that they've partnered with CryptoCarZ. So CryptoCarZ are soon coming to Wax Express Trade, where customers can trade these non-fungible tokens instantly and for free in exchange for other non-fungible tokens. That's not all. CryptoCarZ traders will be able to open special edition items in loot crates using Wax keys. So these are just more examples of things that you can do using these non-fungible tokens. And I think that moving forward, they're going to be a really popular use case for, you know, even if, let's say, Ethereum doesn't become the world supercomputer, doesn't become the smart contract that we all use, doesn't become the ultimate platform for the ICO, it's still a great place to actually host these tradable digital assets. So also moving on to some coin news, we have SAFEX blockchain mainnet launch. Now SAFEX is a crypto that I got into. I don't own any now, but I got into it a while ago when I first got into crypto. Now this was back in the day where there were so many pump and dumpers on crypto YouTubers. I'm not going to mention them because some of them are still around today, so I don't want to cause controversy, but there were some crazy pump and dumpers. And, you know, I always tried to kind of catch the gains, and not 90% of the time I would lose, okay? But SAFEX was one of those coins, and they kind of have like one of those marketplaces. Now, is anyone going to use it? I don't know. But they also say that in the next couple months, they're going to distribute a program that lets you start mining with a few clicks. This will bring many people the experience to amazing revelation of earning income from your desktop computer. So, I mean, they're trying to basically have a decentralized marketplace. We'll see how it turns out. Really, things like this just come down to user adoption. Now, here's some news I wanted to talk about. This is a little bit of a controversy that's been going on. So this is Substratum. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. So obviously, beyond their release, they have their main product, a node that's supposed to enable passive income via decentralized hosting. The team's also working on CryptoPay, a user-friendly product. But now they have product number 3, which it was very mysterious product, right? So they recently released exactly what it was, and after several months of suspense, it turns out to be this, Amplify. So it's Substratum's new digital exchange. But here's the kicker, and here's why people are kind of like What's going on? So it says the new token also means another ICO, which has led to some questions since the Substratum beta is barely functional at the time of writing. So people are like, well, you've barely delivered on your first promise and now you're coming out with a second ICO. Please justify why we should, have to give more money for this. So the ICO hasn't been announced yet, but it's been announced that the team is not going to be accepting sub for this, which has raised eyebrows. Why won't you accept Substratum tokens? Is that a way of saying that you don't believe in your tokens? Because I think for these guys, they should be buying back their tokens. If you believe in your project, like think about it realistically. Look what Icon did. Icon bought back, right? Icon bought back 5 million. So I think if you believe in your project, you should be buying back and accepting your tokens for fundraising, but you're not accepting your tokens. So that to me is a red flag, whatever. You can get mad at me all you want. I think that's really weird. But they also say that they're looking to answer some questions like a lot of people have been saying, so you mean you're abandoning the Substratum node or AMPX and sub? Why do you need both? And how do they benefit from each other? Or how is the Amplify exchange any different than anything that there is today? And how does it accomplish that? We already have a lot of decentralized exchanges. We have IDEX, which works completely fine. We have Switch.io for NEP, which works really great. We have Next Exchange on the way as well. So the question is, yeah, what's going on with all that? So a little bit of controversy, guys, but that's what's coming out of the Substratum camp. We also have Cardano. So Charles Hoskinson did one of his infamous lives, right? Or famous lives, not infamous. I think he's a very well-respected guy in the crypto space. So, wow, 10.3K viewers, man. This guy, he just... Popular guy. So if you want, I'll drop a link to this, though. I'm not going to go into it. Obviously, it's just another update from Charles. We also have Icon. So they were celebrating the ICX Station that was recently launched. You can have a good read about that from left to right. You can see here's actually Marcus from D-Block. I've actually been talking to Marcus recently. Really, really cool dude. He's very interested in incubation. A lot of the things with these guys out there is just always like, oh, let's just make another ICO. Let's just make another ICO. Let's just make another ICO. I think it's really important to start incubating these projects. We have enough projects, guys. There's enough ICOs. There's enough projects. We don't need any more projects. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to say we don't need... There are some out there that are doing some legitimate different things, but I've also seen a lot of them just kind of copy and paste other guys. I'm not gonna point any fingers, but like how many projects out there have basically just copy and pasted the Ethereum virtual machine? Okay, so, we'll leave that, though, for speculation. So you guys can read this article. It was really awesome. So then we also have this that came out. So Elastos announces merged mining partnership with Bitmain. I don't know why this is even in an article. This literally came out just the other day. We've known about this for a while. But the interesting thing is they have this one quote from Jihan Wu from Bitmain. I'm sure you're all familiar with him. He says, at Bitmain, we strive to be at the forefront of recognizing new innovative technologies in the blockchain space, as well as the cutting-edge teams leading the way to maintain adoption. Elastos is one of these projects. There are very few projects we have opened our community up to, and there are currently only 3 merged mining with Bitmain. I have an immense amount of faith in the potential impact of Elastos, which is not limited to the blockchain space alone. We look forward to continuing to be a part of the community promoting the Elastos ecosystem. So there you go. And Tron also, you got to give it to Tron. When Tron first came out, there were a lot of haters. There was a lot of hype, but they were actually able to raise so much money that they were able to use that money to actually acquire different things. For example, we had BitTorrent and accomplish a lot of other milestones as well. So just kind of quickly going over it, this article just sort of touches on some of the things that they've been able to do recently. So Project Atlas is one of the critical projects for Tron as it connects capabilities of Tron and BitTorrent, thus bringing in use its acquisition synergies. So Project Atlas is set to connect BitTorrent's peer-to-peer network with Tron's blockchain, establishing an in-client token economy intended to develop a new borderless economy that aims to address the issues presented by the current BitTorrent technology paradigm, content distribution models. Now, if we come down here, we can also see that it has a little recap of all 27 of the super representatives that have been elected. Also, we have back in August, they acquired the famed blockchain.org. So its vision with the domain is to build a one-stop aggregated data search engine platform. It will be a platform that will offer data analysis, project evaluation, information search, and other services for users in the blockchain field. You also have the Tron virtual machine. Remember, we had the countdown for that. Fully compatible with ETH, innovative virtual memory module, unique resource management module, and smart contract will be 2B instead of 2C. And then they also have Oh, it says they finally have a strong U.S. team comprising of Tron and BitTorrent members, and the web version of uTorrent has been released. The team have noticed 2x onboarding process, 5x session duration, and a better audience retention. So that's just some of the things that have been coming out of Tron. Just to kind of do a recap, you know, projects are out there. They're working. They're doing things regardless of the market, regardless of the price. Oh, yeah, and in other news, cash is still preferred over Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies by criminals, says FBI official. Yeah, we've known that. I mean, if I'm going to do something illegal, I'm going to do it with cash, not Bitcoin. So, yeah. I mean, well, anyway, moving on. So, yeah, so this is, John MacAfee now, he's been recently just lashing out against HitBTC. He went on a rant with Twitter. I'm not a fan of HitBTC. I've used them once, hated it. Worst experience, one of the worst experience I've ever had. Another really bad experience I had was Cryptopia. Cryptopia was one that and I kept getting like notifications that kept telling me that people were trying to log into my account. So the security was really crappy. They didn't even have 2FA. So anyway, he's saying that the exchanges are corrupt. And according to his reports, HitBTC charged a fee of 0.0006, which was about $4 at the time of deposit, which is ridiculous. Who's charging deposit fees? Deposit fees? Come on, guys. How much more greedy can you get? You've actually seen people like KuCoin slashing their prices in this bear market, right? To be more accommodating for the fact that, you know, people have been getting wrecked recently. And you got these guys over here charging at $4 to deposit. Like, oh, what's so high and mighty about HitBTC, right? So anyway, long story short, the exchange also has other fees, and MacAfee, having had enough of the troubles with the rest of the cryptocurrency community, he's finally called for a campaign against criminal activities in the crypto space. He says, do you really want to end criminal activities in the crypto universe? Then you have to take action, and what better time than now? So now he has reportcorruptcrypto@gmail.com. So there you go. If you guys have any issues, send it over to John. So subsequent tweets from the crypto guru also pled with the community to support Apollo cryptocurrency with their decision of refusing the offer to get their tokens listed on HitBTC. Now, yeah, this probably would have helped them, but according to Apollo's deployment team, they had refused the offer based on countless fraud allegations, which the team had received from HitBTC users in recent times. So that's another thing to note. These exchanges, they're not being very honest at all. Yeah, I mean, we could go on all day talking about even the liquidations over at BitMEX and everything else, and you got Arthur saying, "Well, we don't care, you get wrecked, we don't care, we make money. We don't care either way. It goes up, goes down, we make money, right? They don't care. They make money on every trade." So kind of funny here. So these guys are sort of making fun of these white papers. Like anyone can write a white paper, right? So basically, you just pick the amount of paragraphs that you want, right here. And say I want a 6-paragraph white paper, and do you want it all crypto or do you want it to have some ipsum as well? And you literally just generate it. And they basically are saying like, this is how easy it is to create a white paper today. You just generate. So here you go. Here's my white paper. Lambo bag holder smart contract red candle ICO green candle. All-time high Lambo BTC shitcoin Litecoin Bitcoin Sats disruptive LTC. BTC Satoshi ICO IDEX Ethereum red candle weak hands. It's a joke. Total joke, guys. So that being said, I saved this for the very end because I know some of you just literally don't like interviews. That's fine. That's your opinion. Interviews can be boring, but the thing is that's where you actually get the information directly from the CEOs themselves. So I actually had an opportunity to sit down with Richard Yan from Vite. I didn't plan on putting out a whole video. I was just talking to him, but while we were talking, I said, you know what? Let's just record it. He had a couple updates that he wanted to go over, so I figured you might as well get it directly from Richard's mouth. So that's why it's at the end of the video. If you guys want, you can feel free to skip ahead. If not, thanks for watching, but here's Richard Yan from Vite.
We are officially listed on OKX. And we are also listed on a few other exchanges, but OKX being the most prominent one. And since then, we have been hunkering down on doing software development and forming strategic partnerships. In terms of software development, we recently released our wallet, a preview version of our wallet and a preview version of our blockchain explorer. Both are accessible on our official website, vite.org. And these releases were done 3 months ahead of schedule per our roadmap.
Wow.
So I think we'll continue that momentum of development. Separately, in terms of partnerships, we have formed strategic partnership with a digital asset bank called MX Bank. They are the first full-service digital asset bank specialized in lending, deposits, currency exchange, and so on. And they will be developing their financial D apps on top of our public blockchain. This is very much in line with our initial strategy of finding applications in fintech. Separately, we have formed partnerships with a payment company, and in the middle of this month, they're actually going live with a number of stores in Japan and Hong Kong to accept uh, crypto payments on behalf of the merchants. And our network will be empowering that payment by the end of the year. So we're very excited about this partnership. Separately, we also have a partnership with a security company. I believe that lots of public blockchains are perhaps underappreciating the importance of security at the virtual machine level and at the transaction level. It's not just about security at the smart contract level. And SecBit is a company that tackles security at those lower infrastructural levels. So we're very excited about that partnership as well. Separately from that, we've also launched a number of campaigns. We had a community rewards program. We did quizzes. We did in Telegram, Q&As. And in fact, we just recently launched another campaign on a nano store. It's called nanothings.store. You can actually see the link from our Medium article, the most recent Medium article on our website. The idea is that if you buy a t-shirt, it's snapshot chain themed. So snapshot chain is sort of one of our main innovations. And the t-shirt's sort of funny, it's cartoonish, it's a little nerdy, to be honest. But if you get it, you get Vite tokens in exchange along with the t-shirt. So you should definitely check it out. The website is nanothings.store. Oh, and by the way, you have to pay with Nano. And the reason why you have to pay with Nano is because our architecture is very much inspired by block lattice architecture in Nano. Yeah, so check that out.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of people don't know that you guys didn't actually do a public sale. So these are really great opportunities to get some tokens. You also spoke about being listed on OKX, but I wanted to ask you personally, as a US citizen, they're not really very friendly to us. So if anybody was looking, are you guys trying to maybe get on some more US friendly exchanges?
Yes, we are in late stage discussion with a number of exchanges. Um, I think right now, because we're also evaluating what the right timing is to get on those exchanges, and I think it's also the decision power is also kind of in the hands of the exchanges themselves. They're very interested in listing us, but they don't want to list when the timing isn't right. So it's a combination of a few different
Like right
factors.
now, like the market in general is
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. But we're
yeah.
obviously very interested in having U.S. investors be more get more exposure to us.
So we have the partnerships, you have MX Bank, you have SecBit, you have the payment company, which we're going to find out soon. And then also Charles in China, Blockchain Application Research Center, correct, right?
That's right. So Charles
Yeah.
recently joined as the standing member of a committee of the China Blockchain Application Research Center. I think that we're uh, in times when in unfriendly times for crypto, should we say? But we're still very much committed to doing the right things. And Charles joining this particular committee will help us gain more industry exposure and also will provide us a window to a channel for us to provide feedback to other major players in the industry in China to help propel this forward. Yeah, and aside from this, we actually also grew our team significantly. I don't remember last time when we talked how many
Yeah,
people
last
we.
time you guys only had like 7 members, and that was actually like one of my concerns was
I see, I
yeah.
see. Yeah, so we're now 25
Okay.
plus full-time members. We most of the bulk of our team is still in Beijing, and almost everybody there. Actually, yeah, except for the founders, everyone else is in the engineering team. We have QA, we have developers, we have security engineers, we have product managers, we have designers. So the full suite, very much like an internet company. And then on the Silicon Valley side, we have our operating team. We have PD, we have marketing, we have our community management, and so on. So we definitely grow. So as others are trying to not spend money, we're actually spending money to expand. Um, so yeah, so we're very excited.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate the quick update.
So yeah, we figured it'd be fun to just kind of catch up and chat. Obviously, guys, full disclosure, I have purchased Vite. Okay. And if you're wondering how, well, you know, VPN, you know, there's ways around it. So yeah, I mean, small holding of my percentage. I only have of my portfolio. I only have roughly like 5%. I just think it's a really undervalued project. I really like the team. Richard's a really, really great guy, and I like what they stand for. So, you know, that's me just supporting it. And I like these guys, the way that they go about it. Not doing, they didn't even do an ICO. They did like you know what I mean? Like they didn't do anything public. It's really cool how they're doing it. So, oh yeah, this is where they have that thing. I'll drop it in the description if you guys want to get the t-shirt. Also, speaking of these projects that are sort of doing things that are being fair, I want to say thanks for everybody that came out to last night's live stream with ChainZilla. They're really new. They haven't even done an ICO. So I just wanted to have a sit down and talk with Charles because they're only raising 2.25 million, which is so unbelievably low compared to what we've seen in the space. And I think we need more guys like Charles to lead the way, be honest, be transparent. I mean, he literally said, don't buy the coin for speculation. I mean, a CEO is literally saying, don't buy my coin for speculation. Buy it for using it. Buy it because you intend to use it. Really cool. If you guys didn't check out the interview, definitely check it out. I liked it. It was a really good time. Thank you for everybody that came out. And that being said, my name's K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate everyone that's been coming back to the channel. I know it's been kind of rough in these markets lately, but as we've seen with the chart originally, every single one of these bull markets get worse bear markets get worse and worse, and then we hit all-time new highs. So, yeah, that being said, enjoy your weekend. Have a fun time. Thanks for coming back to the channel. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto. Love you guys, and peace out.